Hetepu. Okay, this is Asara Setepara Ma'at. Peace and blessings. I want to show you guys some personifications of the God of Segment. This is in Hawaii. This was 2011. This thing just jumped out on their ass one day, burnt up all their damn houses. Now, I want you to look at all that black and red in there, okay? Now, that red fire that you see in there is synonymous with, if you understand, it's like blood of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And then the oil that's in the earth that these European males is so quick to want to suck out of the earth. You see, that's the earth melanin. What that oil is designed for is to keep the earth cool down. And it's a life force to the earth. You're not supposed to be taking that stuff out of the earth, using it. Under no circumstances. I mean, this is just totally disrespectful and so totally out of line. This stuff that you see going on right here, it's now you see this spot right there? That spot popped up right in somebody's backyard. And look what it did to their house. Now, I don't know who this person was, but this person was so fucked up, excuse my language, that a volcano pocket popped up right next door to their house. The only thing would have been better than that is if the volcano pocket popped up right under their house. It gets no better. Now see, nature is so loving. And God, even when she's mad at your ass, the goddess can be so considerate of you that she will still give you a chance to get away when this type of destruction comes at you. And a lot of people want to believe that this type of stuff happens just because it happened. Okay, but this is what I want to point out to you. See, that lava rock is black. It does amazing things like change directions and go destroy property and then go back the other way. This is, they call the lava goddess of Hawaii Pele. She is the goddess that lives in the fire. It's funny they call her a goddess, and we know they call her a goddess because that connects them with their African past. No Europeans ever would have went to this island and gave this fire activity a personification of female. No way. This is ancient. It has to go back to the ancient ethnicity of the locals there that still have memory of their past conceptualizations of nature and how it works. So that's the reason why you would see this volcanic activity with a personification of female, which it should be, because it's both polarities, fire as well as water. The reason why it has water as well is because it's moving, okay? And it's not moving by the source of the fire following a food source. It is moving because of flow of gravity, making it flow down the hill to the ocean, as we see right there. So that means it has to be water. And since there's big pieces involved, like the one that we just saw fall in the ocean there, it is a plasma, meaning that it is part liquid, part coagulation of molecules. Okay? So now that is the same thing synonymous with the sun. So what you're looking at when you're looking at lava and volcanic seismic activity like what we're looking at right there, you're looking at the sun on earth. That's the power of the sun on earth, under the earth. So now when I tell you we have a mothership in the earth as well as above the earth, then you should be able to get in your mind what I'm speaking on. What I'm speaking on is that the spirituality of us black people, known as black people, aka black people, but really us goddesses of this planet, who you white people will be if your melanin had not got been removed from you. You see how that looks like gold? You see how it looks like a bloodstream? All these things are synonymous on earth as it is inside of the human body. So the human body is just small representations of the earth. Since we came from the earth, we are micro earths. which means that everything the earth is capable of doing, so are we inside. We have indigestion and all kind of stuff. We call it gas, but it's all kind of stuff like that going on inside of us when we go through all these different type of changes of seasons in our inside our stomachs and everything. You could all kind of stuff always going on. We all know that. You sit around and you're like, what the hell is that? Well, it's just seismic activity inside of your body, just like the earth does. So if you ate something that got you sick, then you can eat something else that'll go in and eradicate that. So what happened is you put these antibodies inside of you that have a war with each other, with the intended outcome to be what you desire as the host of both things. So my point is, Earth and Hawaii. Now where they at right now is Hawaii. These white people here went to Hawaii, murdered a bunch of local Hawaiian people, and took their land. And then forbid them to come on the land, kind of like what's going on here in America. Everywhere you go, somebody looking at you like you ain't got the right to be there. They always want to make you be a troublemaker, or you done did something wrong because they done came and took your land, and now they would like nothing more than to see you not be around. So they implement circumstances where you don't do well financially, and eventually you end up in the graveyard or in a jail. Okay, this is exactly what's going on. I'm not going to be nice and try to make it be anything other than to the point, because we don't have a lot of time to bullshit. My point is this. All this talk about Jesus returning to fight corruption and to set things straight and this and that. Okay, you guys is looking at Jesus right now. Okay, that's what's going on. You're looking at Jesus right now. Stop waiting on a personification of some white guy to ride through the clouds and save the earth. Ain't gonna happen. Okay, you can wait if you want to, all that shit, but I guarantee you all this stuff is gonna go on, like those spirals I keep telling you about that you're looking at right now. That's what's gonna go on and kick the ass of the oppressive devil on this planet. Okay, as you can see right there, there goes Jesus. All right, see what it did is it burnt all those people's houses up, as if to say to them, see, you were not supposed to be here anyway. Okay, so why did you come here, murder all my children, and build your houses without expecting this type of shit to come and get in your ass? Okay, that's the question that's getting asked to them. Well, didn't you know when you murdered everyone and built these houses on that land that maybe the land had a spiritual connection with these people, and that the land would come back and rise up against you to bring justice for the crimes you committed against her children? I mean, do you see the fire falling from the sky there? Do you see that? Do you know that here in the Americas, if the god Hathor and the goddess Sekhmet that's up under the earth decided to blow chunks up your ass here in this city, that the earth and the universe and the sun is all smart enough to create this type of party for your ass that you're looking at right now that they gave to the Hawaiian people that was intruders? So let's just remember that the earth is multi-talented, and that she is smart enough and wise enough to know who she wants to live on her. So when she makes a determination about who she's going to give something to, I think that pretty much should be abiding. And then if someone moves in and forces these people into a state of poverty and non-existence, even if it lasts for 400 years, the earth is so powerful that she can wipe all your asses out in 1 hour. In 1 hour, this whole city can be destroyed by water. It'll be real easy. It won't be hard at all. They have spaceships on this planet right now. These light ships can suck up whole lakes of water. They can go at night and clean a whole body of water out and bring that body of water to any city they want to and make it rain on that city for 40 days, 100 days, no matter what size the city is. If these godly entities want to destroy a city, it will be so easy for them to do it. It is not hard at all. These space mercenaries have but one mission, and that is to keep Ma'at in balance. Ma'at is the universal creator instructions on how things will be, not Jesus. Jesus came after everything was invented. So Jesus didn't invent it. But the inventor is the person that does the tune-ups. The mechanics that does the tune-ups on all the planets. You're listening to one of them. Now, see, the personification of these mechanics are not the whole reality of what goes on. What goes on more than anything is the spiritual energy that gets translated through the emotions of the ground representative. That would be me. So that means that if I have, let's say, a public official, let's try the mayor, for instance. Let's say I go to the mayor and I say, Mayor, now I was sent to this earth to do some things for God. Okay, now I want you to know right off the top, I'm a representative of the universal creator. Now I know that's going to be hard for you. Okay, because you're looking for a white man. I know how you guys roll. Everything in your book must be white for it to be right. Okay, I know that. Now, see, I know that. That's the reason why I'm going to take time out to point this out to you, Mayor. See, that's not how it really works. That's okay as long as you are in control. And as long as your state of corruption is in control. That's okay. All right? Because, see, if you make that a reality through force and everything, then that's fine. You have the power to do that, so you do. We all know that. That's what happened. You came here with guns and took over because you made people afraid that if they didn't do what you wanted them to do, that you would burn them up. And you did burn people up. We got pictures of it. Or you would hang them, and you did hang people. You probably didn't yourself. Mayor, judge, doctor, whatever. Public official, officer, president, all of them. Anybody that's in a position of leadership under an establishment of tyrannical initiation is who I'm talking to. Okay? Alright. So now what happens is, when these systems of government get implemented off of intrusion and atrocious activities, they forget how they get implemented. So a good wake-up call for these intruders will be the same type of activity returned on them. So see, this is what the earth does. The earth says, okay, now see, we see what they've done. They've been raping and shooting and looting and you name it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slow volcano walk on the ass. But see, white people are so stuck on believing that everything is white that they will overlook all the black lava after the fire cools down and turn into black rock. They will completely overlook the black rock and never add together, you know, maybe this black rock paid us back for all the bad shit we did to those black people. It never registers in their mind for some reason. I just can't understand that. It's like, okay, listen, if I went and fucked up a whole bunch of white people and stole their shit and built a house, all right, and then all of a sudden my house gets burnt up, and then after that there's some white lava rock left. I mean, come on, it'll make me see a synonymous connection, and I'll be saying, I wonder if just by chance it's possible that this fire came and destroyed my house because I destroyed the homes of the people who was here before I arrived here. Could the earth really be a functioning, living entity that could bring judgment to wrongdoers? Yes. Take my word for it. Because see, the earth is what gave life to the wrongdoers. So anything that could birth you seemed to me like it should be alive too. You see, because if you're on the earth and it's sustaining you, it's because you have to be in the same type of vibration, same type of genetics, same type of everything. You got to have DNA molecules that match with each other. You know? I mean, trust me on that. So here's my point. If the earth can and does plan on murdering a bunch of people, because see, let me explain to you what I mean. Planets does not just fly through the universe, okay, on a constant cycle of repeatings and destroy other planets. Now, if you got a constellation of spaceships that goes through and destroy corrupt planets, like let's say for instance, it was a planet that was completely saturated in criminals, and the whole planet had just became so criminal that they said, well, why go down there and destroy it, and then knowing the infestation is so bad that it's just going to regenerate. Just wipe that whole planet out. Then so be it. That's what will happen. Okay? It wouldn't be a big deal. They say, well, we know that we're immortal, and we know that once this planet is destroyed, we could use the fragments of it to do something else with it, but we're going to make sure that these fragments never turn into the same entities that it was before we eradicated it. So what we'll do, we'll just change the whole composition of it altogether. Maybe move it into a whole nother realm of time and space. You know, we could travel through black holes and things like that because we're that advanced. We're not people that sit around and have a big problem with getting the ship off the ground. It's where you got to use all those stupid boosters and all that old shit, and then it's only temporal. It has to return back to the earth. Okay, no. See, our intelligence is based on consciousness, which means that we can move and travel through using mental energy. You white people might just want to wait a while before you catch up to that, because see, you're not even smart enough yet to know how ill you are, because the lack of your melanin is what make your conceptualization be so dull that you can't look in the mirror and see that your ass is sick by not having that. That's how dull your vibrations are. And I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm saying this to be as informative as possible. The people who took your melanin away from you knew that you would become the dull, self-centered, not really caring people. What I mean by not really caring is because you would sit around and watch a whole nation of people get hanged and murdered, and don't do a damn thing about it, but you'll be quick as hell to pick that phone up and call the police when you see one of these same victimized person looking through the garbage cans trying to sustain themselves, or looking through the alley trying to sustain themselves. That's the reason why this earth has implemented all other elements to get in that ass. But you got time. But I have to do this to let you know what's going on and what the game plan is and what the rules are. Okay? Here's what the game plan is. Ooh, look at that. Green light coming from a volcano. Would that be a SAR, you think? Wow, did you see that? This volcano is throwing out green light. Can you believe that shit? It's like a SAR is speaking to us, and at the same time, the volcano is showing us that his ass can even come out of the damn volcano. Ain't that something? Because I can. I can ask the volcano to come right up your damn toilet while you're sitting on it. Just think about that. Because see, when they tell you that I can control the elements, it's because I can. I mean, and it really fascinates me when I'm around all you people and you all stare at me and shit, and you look at me like you want me to be a nigga, but in the back of your mind you're puzzled because you're saying, but wait, should I go and try to be a nasty cracker to him and take the risk of getting my ass burnt up because I so desperately want to? And I'll be looking at you like, I really wish you would. I really do. Because see, I got fired and need shit to do. I mean, in all honesty, I got fired that's being paid and it's just sitting around all day. As much work is going on around the earth, I've still got some fire that need to be dispatched. So I'm waiting on your ass. Just bring it, please, hurry. Alright, because I got people that's on fire getting unemployment. Listen, I'm broke as hell. I can't keep paying all this fire for just sitting around not doing anything. So I want your ass too. So some of this fire can earn its keeps. Alright? Just thought I'd throw that in there. So, for the mayor, and the presidents, and everybody on the planet who don't think it's important for you to start getting involved and trying to see that these black men be able to have some jobs so they can support themselves and stay out of your prisons. Because to tell you the truth about it, there's some prisons that's being set up for a lot of you people that you don't even know about. And I mean that because the best place to imprison a motherfucker is right inside his own head. And I know that. See, you could be a mayor today, and then tomorrow, you just come up goofy as hell, crazy like never before, and they be like, I don't know what happened to him. Ever since he had that conversation with that Assar guy, he just lost his damn mind. And it's like, he can't sit in office anymore because, I don't know, he just, something happened to him. That's if you don't die. But my thing is this. Once the universe decides that it wants to put someone into a position of authority, it's a done deal. So everybody else can sit around on their vibrations or their bullshit about who's supposed to have what. But the universe has already given me this fucking planet. I mean, it's really simple. So I don't really get a kick out of trying to talk a bunch of shit. But look at all these things right here that could be used if somebody doesn't want to comply with what Sekhmet says. Then I'm sure that she'll be finding a way to, let me see how I put this, use this type of stuff all over the planet. Now we was talking about sight and sound, but I didn't say sight, I said light. As you can see, that color is synonymous with Sekhmet. Okay, because that's what Sekhmet is. She's fire. She's the sun fire, and she's the fire in the earth, the lava. And she is the person that dispatched me here. Okay, now know that. She said to me, this is exactly what she said. She said, you tell them that I said to sustain you. She said, this is what she said. She said, let them know that I am the true owner of this universe. You are my representative. I'm her son, but I'm just going to keep it real for the people who won't be able to understand that. You know, you can understand representative better than son because you've been stuck that the only son of God is Jesus. But see, I didn't say God, I said the goddess. But see, now a lot of you guys don't understand that because you think that the only true religion is your white religion and every other religion to you don't matter because you murdered all the people of the other religions. And you think by murdering them, that made it final. But no, you know what makes it final? Who has control of this fire right here? That's what makes it final. That'll be me. That would be me. So now I'm sure judges, presidents, CEOs, husbands, broke ass workers that just want to just get involved, everybody, biggest fear is to come home and see their freaking house burning. I'm sure of it. No one wants to come home to this shit, okay? Okay, listen. I have a lot of work to do on this earth. A whole lot. I have too much shit to do to worry about your stupid ass games, about making sure that black men do not succeed here. I'm going to make this perfectly clear to everybody on this planet. That's going to have to stop. Okay? All you corporations out there that is making sure that when black men come to you and ask you for a job, and they have all the qualifications, that you stagnate their progress because of your racist ass biasness, I guarantee you, the next black man that you do that to, this is what's going to happen to your business. I guarantee you that. Guarantee. That photon. Now, I ain't saying you got to go out of your way to hire every freaking stupid ass loser that comes in there for a job. No, because you know what? You got a right to scrutinize somebody that you're going to be paying. Hell yeah, you do, and I want you to. But know your own heart. And when you convict yourself of betraying someone that needed that job to support themselves after you came here and stole this land from us, I'm going to burn up your business. So you make sure you have a whole bunch of fucking life fire insurance on your. If those are the policies you're going to keep implementing around this planet, I guarantee your ass, you better make sure that you have some segment protection, because segment is going to come through the ground, just like I showed you how the energy moves, and tear your ass up. See, we got electricity on the subtle realm that you don't even see, spiritual energy. They could find the weakest part of your establishment and start a fire there, and the firemen will be there, and they'll be saying, we can't put the fire out. That's what happened in Malibu. See, a lot of you guys don't know. Let me tell you what happened. I was living in Hawaii, right here, watching the volcanoes there. I used to go watch them white people houses get burnt up. I did, because I ain't had shit to do. You couldn't get real close, but if you go at nighttime, you could see it, and it was real pretty. So I used to just go look at the fire, and it was really awesome. And I used to just look up where the big houses were in the daytime and see the fire going. And I'd say, about nighttime, that house right there is probably going to be gone. And true enough, the next morning when I go out there to look, that house was gone. And then I saw all the white people standing around crying and shit because their houses got burned down. And the local people were standing around, they was really happy that those houses got burned down, because they had told those white people, this is sacred land. And, you know, it was people that had been buried there and everything. And this is what was left. This site that you see right here. From all those $5, $6, $7 million homes that those rich white people went out there and built anyway. The Hawaiian people told them no. They went out there, pushed those Hawaiian people out of the way, told them, shut the fuck up, we taking over with our guns and our corrupt policies. And that's just what they did. But then the lava came and got their ass. Now this is 2 days later after all that went on. Look how peaceful and calm it look now, because the only thing that volcano wanted to do was burn that damn house up. So I just say that to you guys so you could really be aware that this stuff is real. You know? Now I'm going to show you the fire, the power on steel. Alright? Back to fires. I got that inclination from the universe to go to LA, and this is a forge. I'm sure they're gonna be melting steel. This is like a forge. I can already see that. Yeah, they're melting steel. And what went down was, I was living in Hawaii, and I kept getting inclinations to go to Los Angeles, like mail coming from LA, people I don't even know, LA business letters popping up in the mail. I'm like, why is Los Angeles sending me so much damn mail? What kind of shit is this? And then I turn on the TV, LA, I change that channel, LA, go to another channel, LA. I'm like, what the hell? Fuck, you know, excuse me. But it just got to the point to me, somebody is trying to talk to me. And then it got so bad that when my car flipped over on that mountainside that night, I was like, oh, what the hell? You know what I mean? And so, I was just like, this is like, wow. I couldn't understand it, you know? And I just kept on trying my best to wait on things to get better. You know what I'm saying? Which they didn't. They never did. I mean, they just kept getting worse. The fires started getting worse and worse. This is it right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. Look. This is what I'm talking about. See this house? This is what I'm saying. You can see these things in the daytime like that. See? And then when you go and see them, you be saying, by nighttime, that fire gonna be at the house right there. And true enough, you can sit there all day and drink beer and watch it. That's what we always doing. Everybody was doing that. It wasn't like nobody was just anticipating to get a rush. This is the lava rock that I told you guys about. Went and covered that road up and then went back the other way. That's just how it does it. You see that mine of it? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you so you can see that I'm not crazy. I was telling people about this when we was in Hawaii. See how it went to the road and covered it up? You see that? That's what this stuff does. And then it'll cover the road up. And once it covered the road up where the cars can't drive down the road anymore, it just stopped, changes direction, and finished going back the way it was going. Now that's the universe showing you that the earth is cunning. You know, she's cunning. And she can take care of herself. So you don't want to push her, and you can make her really mad by messing with her.